The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is yet another reboot/requel in this historic slasher franchise. But will this movie finally breathe new life into Leatherface? Let's find out in this spoiler-free review.
Hey! Smokey back here taking a shit! Get down!
This movie has had a lot of negativity surrounding the production of this film, from horrible test audience screenings, rewrites, reshoots, you name it, this movie has essentially been through it. I wanted to be optimistic going into this movie. I wanted to go into this movie with an open mind, and I pretty much just wanted to see Leatherface chopping up a whole bunch of people. While I do get the bloody, gory kills that I wanted, this film was extremely disappointing and pretty much all other factors besides the kills. The plot of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is pretty much a whole bunch of Gen Z millennial kids buy up the small dying town of Harlow, Texas, and they try to turn it into their own Silicon Valley. But little do they know that the town that they are in fact buying is the home of one of the most notorious slasher villains of all time, Leatherface. To simplify the plot even further, this movie is pretty much Leatherface fighting Gen Z kids. 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre was known for being a pioneer in the slasher genre. The original film has such an organic, gritty, grindhouse 70s style of filmmaking. It felt like one of those dusty old VHS tapes that you found in your dad's porn collection that you probably shouldn't be watching at all. That original felt real. It had a documentary style to it. It felt like you were watching real people go through this crazy experience of being involved with these cannibalistic, crazy Sawyer family. But unfortunately for this newest installment, it feels very unoriginal. They essentially took plot lines from Halloween 2018 and even took sequences from the Don't Breathe movies and sprinkled in some 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre Easter eggs and nostalgia. Furthermore, this is supposed to be a requel, a legacy sequel to the original, but aesthetically, these are two totally different films. This movie looks very polished and artificially crafted. There's a lot of crane shots, a lot of just cleanliness. None of the characters really get dirty and gritty like the original was. If you watch these two movies back to back, it's very jarring, and you're supposed to believe this is one continuous timeline, but they feel completely different. As far as the characters go, I didn't really care about any of the new characters or the old characters. They all felt kind of there. None of the actors were terrible. They didn't really give terrible performances per se, but I just was uninterested in any of their arcs or anything they had to say or even do. So they decided to bring back Sally Hardesty into this franchise, which I think is completely unnecessary. She's not really a final girl that is extremely memorable. She's not like Laurie Strode or Sidney Prescott, and I don't really see why they brought her back. She wasn't even the same original actress who played her in the original. She was played by Marilyn Burns, who unfortunately passed away, so there's not even that nostalgia element to Sally Hardesty anymore because it's a different actress, so I don't really get that. It's really like they saw Halloween 2018 and were like, oh, that worked in that movie, so we're gonna do it in this one. In addition, they pushed some weird political ideologies into the script for this film. There's some scenes of dialogues where characters talk about gun laws and guns, and it feels very preachy. It feels like they're just reading off of a script, and it doesn't feel like a real conversation that people would have. It felt like a scriptwriter was just pushing on his or her beliefs into this film, and it doesn't really fit in this movie or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. It's weird to see that in this movie. Even though it seems like I'm shitting all over this new entry into this franchise, I actually think, besides all the issues I do have with this film, it's very entertaining. It's actually kind of fun. I didn't watch this movie expecting some deep philosophical meaning about life and beauty and love. No, I wanted to see Leatherface fuck people up. and I got that. I was fulfilled. The fact that I didn't really enjoy or was interested in a lot of these characters made it much more enjoyable to see them meet their demise. The whole bus scene that you see in the trailer is pretty awesome. It's gory, it's everything I wanted. You can't cancel Leatherface. He don't care. He don't got social media. Get a chainsaw to the torso. Fucking awesome. You almost feel sympathy for Leatherface. At the end of the day, he's kind of defending his turf against all these kids trying to take over his town, and I was rooting for him a majority of the movie. I also love the new mask they created for Leatherface. It looks very creepy and unsettling, but at the same time, the facial expression looks like he's constipated, which is fucking hilarious. The director of this movie, David Blue Garcia, seems like a real genuine fan of the Texas Chainsaw franchise. He seems like a very nice guy who actually cares about the source material and all of the lore that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise has. I believe some people have prematurely started to bash this movie for whatever reason. Is the movie great? No. Is it terrible? No. I think it's just kind of fun. I'm gonna give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 a 6.5 out of 10. I've never been so neutral about a film, maybe because I'm desensitized from all the shitty Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequels we got in the past. Crack open a beer, smoke a joint, gather some friends, and you'll probably have a good time watching this film. Thank you so much for watching this review. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow, February 19th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, me and my great friend Killjoy Jake will have a spoiler-filled live stream talking all the spoilers about this newest installment in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Make sure you slash that subscribe button so you do not miss that video. With that being said, I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.